town meeting.
Minute back to our meetings
Yes.
to discuss yay, nay, whatever. What do we do with it at that point?
What they requested is if you endorse it, there's a address down at the bottom for Fayetteville Friends meeting. Just send them your endorsement.
Okay.
And they'll add you to the list of the meetings that have endorsed it.
Thank
you. I'm gonna call on Mike Wall for a superintendent's report as soon as he gets back.
He's behind you.
There he is. Okay, he slipped in. Yeah, you did.
Ready, Willie?
Taking that break right before me kind of messed up my joke.
Okay.
Sometimes we pastors get a little bit too serious. One pastor asked a little girl, why should you be quiet in church? And she said, because everyone's sleeping. So I hope you're not still asleep. We took a break. I'll try to be as quick as I can. We lost two pastors' wives recently, Kathy Puffenbarger and Janet Salmons. I attended both of those memorial services this past week. Some of our pastors just completed into February a few days at Fort Caswell, which is on Oak Island, below Southport. We have this pastor's retreat, and it's already been mentioned today. It's a time of refreshing and renewing. We have time to relax, fellowship together, and pray together. And on Wednesday evening, and I just want to bring this to your attention, Wednesday evening, the past few years, we've been gathering in a circle, pastors who share together. And I've listened as pastors have shared what God has blessed them with, and I have watched pastors break down and cry with the burdens that they carry. And they can only share them with other pastors sometimes. So I want to give you an assignment. I want each of you to talk with your pastor and do what you can. Do everything you can to entice him or her, to make plans now to go to the retreat. It will be February 16 through 19 next year.
Date again?
February 16 through 19. Drive there on Monday. We start Monday night. Finish up with breakfast on Thursday morning and drive back home. Many of our pastors are bivocational, and this makes this really difficult to do. I know, I've been bivocational most of my life, but it can be done, and especially if you start planning now for a year in advance. So I want you to encourage, and don't wait till next January. Start working on it now and see if you can't get your pastor to participate. It is good for your pastor. It is good for your church, and it will be good for FCNC. The more pastors we can get together, the more we're able to work together, and it's a blessing. I visit with pastors as often as I can. Just told Cheryl we've got to get together real soon because it's been a while. I visit with one church each month. This year I've been to Marlboro, South Plainfield, and Archdale. Usually I try to take the pastor out for lunch with her family, whatever. April this year could get a little bit iffy for me because my daughter is supposed to be delivering a new baby in Iowa, and there's some issues there, and it's a long ways away, so might make it tough. This is a book that we have given to all of our pastors, almost. I had Chris put them in envelopes and get ready to mail them out, and she called me from the post office and said, it costs $10 to mail every one of these. I said, just bring it back to me, I'll hand deliver them. So we'll get these out. It's an interesting book, Lead with Prayer. It's not about the church per se. It's about businesses and corporations around the world who have discovered that by having organized prayer in their businesses, it improves their business.
Yes.
Imagine that. It's a great book. It's Lead with Prayer. Assignment number 2. Make sure your church has an organized prayer time. We need to be talking with the Lord about what we're doing. Talking with a couple of churches about joining the FCNC. That's a really slow process, but just want you to know it's ongoing. I attend quarterly meetings as possible, and I want to mention Southern Quarter, and Michael was right there. Now, where'd he go? Southern Quarter is starting an organized intervisitation ministry amongst the churches. It's being worked up. They are putting that together, and if you want to know about that, or if you think you might want to join in, talk with Michael Falk Jr., because he is the one who is spearheading this. In Yadkin Quarter, Deep Creek has become the mother church for Odre Nuevo, which is our Hispanic group up there. I've been working with them and some others, hoping to guide them into a good relationship with FCNC, and also to try to help them get a meeting place. We're working on that. Recently I met with recording and revitalization committees at their request, and I'm getting more and more calls, emails, contact from across FCNC requesting various things, ranging from we need a pastor to I need a phone number. Feel free to call me at any point, anytime, email me. I won't answer a strange number on my phone, but I will call you back to leave me a message. I continue to send out each week on Thursdays a devotional and prayer concern by email. If you would like to be on that list, please today give me your name and email address, and I will put you on there. If I can figure out how to do it on Gmail. That's a messed up organization. Current list of pastoral arrangements. I thought you might be interested in this. Hood Swamp has an interim pastor. His name is Otto Griffin. He lives there in their community. Marmac is vacant at the moment. Bethel has Ricky Sessons. I think his official title is interim. Randleman is vacant at this time. Science Hill has a full-time pastor coming in August. That will be Andy Garner. Some of you know Andy. Until August, they are having Alvin Battle as an interim, and some of you may recognize him. Center has interim Daniel Jordan. Rocky River is having a change. David Hobson is retiring in June. Hunting Creek is vacant, and Deep Creek will be having a change. Randy Quate is leaving in June. Randy will become pastor at Nahunta Friends near Goldsboro. Encourage your young people. Maybe this is assignment number 3. That's what Tommy's talking about. Encourage your young people to listen to the Lord. I have to believe that God is still calling people to ministry. So we need to help them pick up the phone and answer the call. Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. The last item on our agenda, the town hall, was totally me. I put that on there. Our congressmen and senators have been having town halls. Some of them have been met with approval, and some have had a hard time. But I thought if we took just a few minutes for questions from Rep Body, it would help me, and it would help AOC, probably help some of our committee chairs. If you would consider the question, what can FCNC, how can FCNC help your ministry thrive, the ministry that you're doing, the ministry that you want to do, the ministry that you, if you have a big idea on some ministry, be a great time to share it. I've been very encouraged by everything that we are doing. I think it's great that Ministry and Council has taken the initiative and is going to get Ministry and Council meetings from members from our churches to meet together. I think it's wonderful, and I'm sure it'll bear some fruit. All the other things that are going on are sure to bear some fruit. But if you have questions or suggestions for me at this point, I'd like to hear them, because I would like to know what you're thinking, and I'd like to know where you want FCNC to go, what direction. Well, if nobody has anything at the moment, as things occur to you, because that's what happens to me a lot of times, things will occur to me is when I'm not really expecting them. Let me give you my email address if you don't already have it. It's YADKINVET, Yadkinvet at hotmail.com. And feel free to email me your thoughts, your suggestions, your criticisms, so that I can take these to AOC and I can act on what I can act on alone, and we'll see if we can nudge FCNC forward together as a group.
Clerk, please.
Yes.
I would love to see at annual sessions, not at the last minute, but sometime, several times maybe, a list of the dates for the coming year and the locations.
Right.
Of where Rep Body, mid-year gathering, and the next annual session will be at least. And the date's clear and settled. We used to have a coordinating committee or something like that years ago. It got dropped before the split. But we ask where, when. If we have it fixed, maybe it gets some priority. The other thing is that when the nominating committee gives a report at annual sessions at least, a full list of the officers and committees as a handout so people have it in hand. Maybe it's too much to ask for addresses, but emails or phone numbers work.
Thank you, Dave. Yes, Tommy.
I will say, David speaks my mind as well with the communication piece. Like I said, ministry and council, you can never over communicate. It may be possible, and I'm speaking as an AFC member as well, maybe we need to reevaluate our communication methods to include personnel as well, and make sure that we are maximizing our communication efforts. Send some stuff out to folks and requesting things be broadcast and it not being done in a timely fashion has created some concern. And then I totally agree with the list of, an org chart of committees and contact information would help tremendously.
Okay.
As well, to make sure that we hit every ministry and council clerk, every monthly meeting clerk, that sort of thing.
Okay.
And I realize as soon as you create a list, tomorrow it'll be wrong.
Well, as soon as you hit
But-
print, it's wrong.
To give thanks to David Bryles for his work of what he's put online. But unless we send him corrections,
Yeah,
there's no way he can pull them out of the hat.
right. Yeah.
Clerk, I want to speak on behalf of communication. In my mainly career, which includes my lifetime of attending church, I have been in not hundreds but thousands of meetings. There is tremendous value in getting together. And we're living in a time in which technology seems to hold us apart. Time, the effort, the cost, sometimes we shy away from just meeting, whether it's in our local meetings, whether it's in our quarter meetings, wherever we have opportunities, should be embraced with 100%. The meetings I've attended, most of the time the things you come away with the value is that you met someone you didn't know, or you got to know someone a little bit better. It's not a time to build walls or to figure out what you don't like about somebody. We're all different, but we're all made in His image by the great Creator, and He set the example for us. Jesus made friends everywhere He went, and with everyone that He met. Building relationships. He wants to build a relationship with everyone. And I think we should approach the opportunities that we have, and even go out of our way to create opportunities sometimes to have a meeting. Mike, take them to lunch. Have a meeting sometime when you're not real sure that you ought to have one, or go to a meeting sometime that you don't want to. I went to Phoenix, Arizona, when I didn't really need to go. I could have stayed home, but I made arrangements, someone to fill in for me where I teach. And I went with Brenda to Arizona, and I got there, and I'm not on the agenda. I didn't have anything to do. But you know what the real joy was? I knew about half the people there. There was a couple of hundred people there from everywhere. As I mentioned, always from Bolivia and Central America on up to, a lot of people from the West Coast were there. You just get to know people. And isn't it nice to go to a place and shake hands and give hugs and be appreciated. So I think that would be, if you could take this back home, maybe as a message or a word of encouragement, things that we could do to grow our meetings is having opportunities to bring people together. Oftentimes people get up on Sunday morning and put on their very best and go to church, see who's there, see their friends. It's our time of, we are social people and we do need each other. So So I think that's, one of the opportunities that we should take full advantage of, is just having meetings and getting people together. We can grow our body whatever size that we want to, whatever we put into it.
Thank you, Brent. Anyone else? Any concerns? Thank you for participating. Thank you for communicating. And I will take all of this back to AOC, and we'll work on this. And we'll get these things done, and work going forward.
Clerk, please, I have something.
Yes, sir. Start.
I know many of the local meetings are always struggling with their youth and their children, and I am far from being an expertise in that department, but I've been in that department for going on 14 years, and perhaps maybe we need to look into a workshop for those who feel inadequate but having the call to work with their local youth. And if you need help, just give me a call. Like I said, it's easy to talk to teenagers, talk about them, and you'll be surprised how quickly they warm up to you. And don't let age hold you back. 2 weeks ago, I bent down, got something, both my knees popped. All the youth group loved it. I looked right back at them and said, "Don't laugh too hard. It's coming for you." But you know, if you have someone in your meeting that doesn't feel adequate, give me a call, give Terry a call. There's plenty of youth ministers here that are full-time and part-time, and maybe that's something we need to put some more investment into.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Sterling. Anyone else? Well, thank you for being here today. Thank you for your participation, and let's take these things that we've heard and found out about today back to our meetings and back to our quarterly meetings too, because there are plenty of meetings that are not represented here today. So maybe if they have representatives at quarterly meeting, we can use that opportunity to pass some of this information on. You're dismissed. Thank you.